There we go. All right. I think I'm live. All right. So we're going to start the story in 1 second. So the name of this story is The Princess Who Ran from Shadows. And yeah, we'll be starting the story. Let's give it a minute before we start, right? Let the here add some like all right, yeah, I think we're good to go. So we can go ahead and start the story now. All right, so like I said, oh, and if you do like my stories and poems and stuff, I do have a playlist of over 100 and something poems, stories, and yeah, some beautiful stuff. So if you could check it out, definitely do, and share it out with everybody that you know. Definitely share it. Sharing is caring, right? All right, so here we go. The Princess Who Ran from Shadows. In the golden city of Aldovia, where spires touched the clouds and sunbeams warmed the busy streets, a secret darkness brewed. Princess Alara, with hair like moonlight and eyes like the forest, knew the truth. Her family was evil and corrupted. Her father, King Malachi, ruled with an iron fist, crushing dissent and painting the land with the blood of rebels. One moonless night, Alara decided to flee. She packed a small bag, her heart pounding like a blacksmith's hammer. She slipped out of the castle, past sleeping guards and whispering shadows, into the whispering forest. The trees closed around her like a green shroud. Alara ran, leaves crunching beneath her silk slippers, until she stumbled into a clearing. A massive beast blocked her path. A hydra with 3 heads, each hissing like a viper. Its breath reeked of death, and its eyes glowed like embers. Alara screamed, but a figure burst from the shadows. A boy with wild hair and a sword, his eyes burning like the morning star. He fought the Hydra with a ferocity that seemed almost otherworldly. His blade sliced through scales, and the beast retreated, vanishing into the darkness. Then the boy turned, breathing hard. "Are you hurt?" he asked, his voice like the forest stream, smooth and wild. Alara shook her head, still trembling. I'm Alara, thank you," she said. The boy smiled, a flash of white teeth. "I'm Kel. What brings you so far from home, princess?" Alara's eyes filled with tears. "My father, he's cursed. A demon named Shrakan put a dark spell on him. He's dying, and I don't know how to save him." Kel's face turned serious. "I know of a weapon, the Sword of Light, hidden in the heart of the earth. It's the only thing that can break the curse." Alara's hope flared like a lantern. "Can you help me find it?" Kel nodded, his eyes gleaming. "We'll go together, but the journey's treacherous." "Are you ready?" he said. They set off following a map etched on an ancient parchment. The forest thickened, trees twisting into the sentinels. At night, they huddled by a fire, Alora's hair glowing like gold threads in the flames. They entered a labyrinth of thorns, vines wrapping around their ankles. Kel cut them free, his blade singing. Alora followed, her voice whispering a melody, an old song of healing. The thorns retreated, sensing her kindness. A river flowed with crystal water, but its surface rippled with whispers. Kel explained, it remembers every pain. Stay calm. Alara walked across, her steps silent until a voice whispered, you're running from who you are. She stumbled, but Kel caught her hand, his touch steadying her. Inside the mountain, darkness swallowed down. Kel lit a torch, and shadows danced like demons. Alara saw visions, her father's screams, her mother's cold smile. Kel held her close. Focus on what you want to save, he whispered. After days of walking, they reached the core, a glowing cavern where lava rivers flowed like molten gold. In the center, on a pedestal of crystal, lay the sword of light. Its hilt shone like the sun. A voice boomed, only one pure of heart may claim it. Alara stepped forward, her hand trembling, the sword hummed. And as she touched it, a burst of light filled her. The earth shook, and Kel stumbled, his eyes widening. You're, you're the guardian, he whispered, chosen to wield the sword. With the sword, they flew back to Aldovia on the wings of a summoned griffin. The castle loomed, black and foreboding. Alara's heart pounded. Kel gripped her hand together. In the throne room, King Malachi sat, his eyes black as coal. Shreken the demon laughed from the shadows. Too late, it hissed. Alara raised the sword of light. The blade glowed brighter than the sun, and the curse shattered. Malachi coughed, his eyes clearing. He looked at Alara and for a moment saw the evil he had done. Shreken lunged, but Kel blocked it with his dagger. The demon vanished, screaming, banished by the swords of light. The kingdom began to heal. Alora's father abdicated, and she became queen, ruling with kindness. Kel stayed by her side, his wild heart now her anchor. One night under a star-filled sky, Kel turned to her. You saved your father, he said. Alora smiled. We saved each other. The sword of light stood in the city square, its light a beacon, and in the castle where shadows once ruled, laughter echoed, a promise of a brighter future. The end. All right, so that's the first story that we're going to be going over. And we'll get to we'll probably do a poem next. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I think we're going to do a poem next. Hold on, I'll be right back though. All right, so here we go. Unseen in the crowded agora of fate, where strangers brush like ships in night, I collided with a gaze, two stars in collision, sparking my soul's ignition. No name, no story, no shadow of past or future. Just the cut crystal clarity of this moment. The precipice where time suspends. Like Odysseus, hearing the siren's lethal song, I rode towards the sound, deaf to the warnings of my crew. Her silence was the cone I needed, the riddle I craved to unravel, the lock without a key, the cipher that made my heart its algorithm. She was as if a black hole, unseen, unfathomable, and I was the light, recklessly surrendering to her gravity. No resistance, no armor, no why, just the surrender of a planet to the void, the inevitability of orbit. Her laugh was was her laugh, was it a laugh? Echoed in my hollow. A Tibetan bowl vibrating long after the mullet has left. Her glance, was it a glance? Left me skywriting on the cliff of Lacan's, an ancient promise in a language predating speech. I am the mariner of her Mariana Trench, charting depths I've never knew existed, where pressure turns breath, to crystal. She is the virus of beauty, unstoppable, uninvited, rewriting my cellular code, making my DNA spell her. Like the Sphinx posing her riddle to the traveler, she stood unspeaking, her eyes the boundary between sand and sky. And I up to this blind, stepped into the abyss anyways. Because some mysteries are not meant to be solved, only lived. Her presence is the placebo that made my soul a placebo. The forgery that made my longing the authentic artifact. She is the koala on the eucalyptus branch of my chest. The encryption that turned my heartbeat into sacred hieroglyph. I don't know her name, her dreams, her scars, or her playlist, but she has that gravitational pull of a black dwarf star. Silent, invisible, essential. This is the physics of us. She is the lepton, I am the cork. Together we are the unbreakable entanglement of all of the universes that ever were or will be. I am falling and there is no ground. I am being rewritten. And that was my poem, Unseen, which I'm going to record these stories and poems and separate videos from this live stream. So there's that to look forward to, I guess, if anybody misses this or anything like that. I guess. But yeah, much love to the beautiful peoples out there. Thanks for the love and support. I really appreciate it. All right, so the next story that we're gonna be going over. I think we'll take a minute before we go over the next story, though. We're gonna chill out for a second, see if anybody comes in and chats and the thing. Somebody said, "Hey, Dragon." Hello, Reese. Much love to you. How are you doing? Hopefully, you're having a awesome start to your weekend. And we're going to take a break from the stories for 1 second, and then we'll get back to the next story. The poem I just went over is a little bit different. It's a little bit different, but very unique, right? Let me see here. Oh, and if you do, can I say, roar, I'm a dragon, roar. I think that's what you put. I'm a dragon, roar, roar, I'm a dragon, roar. Then we go, I'm a dragon, roar, I'm a dragon, roar. Oh. Do you like dragons? Dragons are very awesome. But I think from my research I learned that there's actually more reptilians than there is dragons. Probably more lizard people than there is dragons too. All right, so let me see. Oh, don't forget to share this live stream out with some people. Show some love. Share it out. Let's get a bunch of people into the chat. I think, or not. Oh yeah, I could change the effect thing. Hold on. Let's go to the blue one, the retro. There we go. Flashy, right? All right, so we're gonna be going over the next story in 1 second. Let me see. Let me pull it back up. This next story is called "The Man Who Chased the Horizon." This one's a bit different. Let me make sure I miss nothing in the chat. The chat thing's on still, right? Uh-oh, I'm gonna mess something up. Oh, there it is. Okay. I know a dragon roar. All right, so here goes the story about the man who chased the horizon. In a small village nestled between two great mountains, a man named Ethan lived a life of quiet desperation. He felt like a leaf blown by the wind without direction or purpose. One day he decided to embark on a journey to find happiness, a treasure he had heard of but never seen or felt. Ethan walked for days, crossing rivers, climbing hills, and traversing forest. He met people along the way, some kind of people, some sad, some happy, some angry, some kind of lost. He asked them, "What is happiness?" They gave him different answers. It's wealth, it's love, it's fame, it's power. But Ethan wasn't convinced. He kept walking. He arrived at the Sea of Dreams. The Sea of Dreams, its waves crashing against the shore like a heartbeat. He met an old fisherman who told him, "Happiness is the simple things, a warm sun, a cool breeze, a full belly." Ethan thought, maybe this is it. But as the sun set, he felt a pang of restlessness. He realized he was still searching. Ethan continued his journey, walking through the desert of despair, where mirages danced on the horizon. He felt lost and alone, like a ship without an anchor. But as he trudged through the sand, he noticed the beauty around him. The rocks, the scorching sun, the tiny flowers that bloomed in the arid land. He began to see that even in hardship, there was beauty. He climbed the mountain of trials, where the air was thin and the wind was fierce. He met an old wise man who said, "Happiness is not something you find, it's something you create. It's a choice you make every day." Ethan looked at him, puzzled. "A choice?" he asked. The old man nodded. "Yes, you can choose to see the good in things, to appreciate what you have, to love and be loved." Ethan stood at the summit, the wind whirling around him, and looked out at the breathtaking view. He felt a sense of peace, a sense of belonging. He realized that happiness wasn't something he could find, it was something he had to cultivate within himself. As he descended the mountain, Ethan felt a lightness in his step. He no longer felt like a leaf blown by the wind. He was a tree rooted in the present, with branches stretching towards the sky. He had discovered that happiness was a choice, a decision to appreciate life's beauty, to love, be loved, and to find joy in the journey, not just the destination. Ethan returned to his village, a changed man. He lived with gratitude, kindness, and compassion. He found happiness in the simple things: a warm cup of tea, a good book to read, a beautiful sunset. He had finally realized that happiness was a choice, and he chose to be happy. Years passed, and Ethan became a wise and compassionate man, known for his radiant smile and peaceful heart. People would come to him seeking advice on how to find happiness, and he would say, "Happiness is a choice. Choose to see the good, choose to love, and choose to be happy." The end. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so I think we're gonna do. Should we do one more story, another poem, more stories and more poems? Yeah, no, maybe. I guess we'll see in 1 second. All right, so the flickering light, flickering. Let's see what else we got. Can we just do? Just do a dance party. See what a dance party is looking like. There we go. It's a dance party, poem party, dance poem party. It's a dance poem party, dance party poem type thing, right? Right. Whoops. Almost knocked this over trying to find some. Whoops, I hit the wrong key or button or something. All right, so I think I'm gonna read over the Eternal Thread. That would be the next story to read over, and I think I don't know the. Should I read over this one? Been streaming for a while. It's been a long time already. But yeah, I like doing a lot of different stuff, keeping myself busy. Like the poems I write, and then the story poems I call them, because yeah, and then my martial arts and my drawing, and just a lot of different art stuff, and then I work around the house and stuff too, and help people a lot, and just keep myself very busy. Which some of the stuff that I've been through lately has been a lot of definitely been a lot of unique, interesting stories from it. That's for sure. Something like that, I guess. Is anybody out there? Ring, ring, ring. Somebody gonna pick up? No? All right, so yeah, I think I'm gonna read over the Eternal Thread. Yeah, we're gonna read over the Eternal Thread. So this story is called The Eternal Thread. And it's kind of long. Not really, though. So here we go. The Eternal Thread. In this vast tapestry of existence, two souls were woven together by the cosmic loom. Their threads intertwine like the delicate fibers of a lotus stem. They were Aria and Caden, two stars separated by the vast expanse of space and time. Their light destined their light destined to collide in a spectacular burst of stardust. Aria, a gentle soul with eyes like the morning dew, was born in a world shrouded in mist, where the sun dipped into the horizon like a burning ember. She grew up amidst the whispers of ancient trees, her heart attuned to the rhythm of the forest. But fate had other plans. A brutal war ravaged her homeland, leaving her a refugee, a wanderer in a desolate landscape. Caden, a fierce warrior with a heart of gold, was forged in the fire of adversity, his spirit tempered like the strongest steel. He roamed the world a lone sentinel, seeking justice in a world consumed by chaos. His eyes had witnessed the darkest depths of humanity, and his soul bore the scars of 1,000 battles. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, had decreed that these two souls would find each other, like two puzzle pieces clicking into place, but the path to reunion would be fraught with peril, a treacherous labyrinth of heartache and despair. Aria's journey took her through the valley of shadows, where the skies were perpetually shrouded in a miasma of sorrow. She traversed the treacherous terrain, her feet bare and bleeding, her heart heavy with grief. The whispers of the trees, once her comfort, now seemed distant and faint. Caden, meanwhile, had been imprisoned in the dark dungeons of the Citadel, a fortress of despair where the light of hope was a distant memory. He endured unspeakable torment, his spirit battered and bruised, but his will unbroken. As the stars aligned, a glimmer of hope pierced the darkness. Aria stumbled upon a worn leather journal, its pages yellowed with age, its words etched in a language she couldn't understand. The book was Caden's, a relic of his past, a testament to the love they had shared in another life. The journal became Aria's anchor, a beacon guiding her through the stormy seas of her mind. She pored over its pages, deciphering the cryptic messages, her heart aching with every revelation. Caden, too, had received a gift, a small, delicate pendant bearing an ancient symbol of love and devotion. The necklace had been Aria's, a token of her undying love passed down through generations of women in her family. The universe, sensing their desperation, began to weave a new thread, a silken cord that connected their hearts across the vast expanse of space and time itself. They felt it, a gentle tug, a whisper in the darkness, a reminder that they were not alone. Aria's wanderings led her to the fringes of a great city where the air was thick with the scent of spices and smoke. Caden, meanwhile, had escaped the Citadel, his body scarred, his spirit bruised, but his heart still afire. Their paths converged on a moonless night beneath the watchful gaze of 1,000 stars. Aria, drawn by an unseen force, stumbled into a narrow valley, her heart pounding in her chest. Caden, sensing her presence, turned a corner, his eyes scanning the shadows. They collided, a whirlwind of arms and legs, their eyes locking in a burst of recognition. Time froze, the world around them melting into a kaleidoscope of colors. They were home finally, after an eternity of searching. The universe, pleased with their reunion, smiled upon them, bestowing upon them a love that would conquer all. Aria and Caden stood together, hand in hand, their hearts beating as one, their love a shining beacon that illuminated the darkness. And so their journey began, anew, a journey of healing, of growth, of rediscovery. They would face countless challenges, but they would face them together, their love a flame that burned brighter with each passing day. For in the end, it was not the destination that mattered, but the journey itself, the winding path that had led them to each other. And as they walked hand in hand, they knew that they would never be alone, never alone again, for they were two souls lost in the world until they found each other. The end. All right. I'll be right back. All right. So yeah, we're gonna be going over another poem in a second. Give me a minute. I'm gonna take a bathroom break and stuff. I'll be back. All right. Let's see. Give me one more minute. All right. So I guess we'll be going over another poem in 1 second. Yeah, might as well, right? It is awesome. It was a very awesome night too. The live stream. Oh man, I didn't realize I've been streaming that long. Time is flying by. That's amazing. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so let's go over the poems. Poetry is awesome, right? Hello, whoever's watching. How are you doing? All right, let's see. Here we go. This next one is called the Unbroken Vow. In the secret garden of my heart, a flame flickers, a beacon that guides me through the darkest nights. It's a fire that burns with a gentle warmth, a warmth that says, love is not just a myth, but a reality waiting to unfold. I am a wanderer lost in the labyrinth of life, searching for the exit, searching for the light. But the stars above, like diamonds in the sky, whisper secrets of the heart, and I pause to listen. I remember the whispers of my grandmother who told me stories of the ancient ones, of lovers who defied the odds, of hearts that beat as one, of souls that merged like the threads of a rich tapestry. And so I hold on to the promise that love is not just a fleeting dream, but a choice, a decision, a commitment to nurture, to cherish, to honor, to adore. I am a cartographer, mapping the contours of my heart, charting the waters of my emotions, navigating the tides of love. I am a sailor, steering through the storms, weathering the tempest and basking in the sunshine. The world outside, the world outside may be cold and gray, but in the warmth of my heart, love still resides. It's a flame that flickers but never dies, a beacon that shines, a light that guides. I will not let my heart become a barren landscape, a desolate wasteland, devoid of love's sweet touch. I will not let my soul become a prison, a cell of isolation, a tomb of loneliness. For I know that love is the thread that weaves the fabric of our humanity, the essence of our soul. It's the oxygen, it's the oxygen that we breathe, the heartbeat that pulsates, the rhythm that makes our lives worth the living. And so I will hold on to the promise that love is not just a myth, but a reality waiting to unfold. I will keep the flame burning, the beacon shining, and I will wait for the one who will fan the flames and make my heart sing. For I am a believer, a seeker, a dreamer, and I will not stop believing until I find my love, my heart, my soulmate. I will not stop loving until I find the one who loves me too. And together we will dance under the stars in the moonlight, forever true. And yeah, remember, if you like my poetry and stories, I have over 100 and something poems and stories on a playlist on my channel. So definitely check that out. And if you could share it out for me, if you want to share it out. If you want to keep it to yourself, that's cool too. Anyways, yeah, much love to the beautiful peoples out there. Hopefully everybody's having an awesome start to their weekend. Oh, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Seriously. All right, let's see. Let's read another poem, right? Still early. No, I think this will be the last poem for tonight, though, possibly. I don't know. If anybody wants to read a couple more, let me know. But if not, this will probably be the last one for tonight. Maybe. I guess we'll see, right? We'll see. All right, let's read the next poem. And much love to the beautiful peoples out there in YouTube world. All right, so the unseen anchor in the vast ocean of existence, two souls drifted separate ways, yet bound by an unseen tide. Their paths converged, a whispered promise, a gentle rustling of the heart's leaves. Like autumn's foliage, they surrendered, drifting, falling without resistance or fear. Their love was a slow burning ember, glowing, warming, a beacon in the dark. Through life's tempest, they clenched, hands entwined, a lifeline, a promise, a vow to weather every storm, to anchor each other, come what may. Their love was a cartography of scars, a mapping of each other's broken places, a tender charting of wounds transformed into constellations. Shining bright like the lotus, their love rose from the muddy depths, pure and unblemished. Drinking in the light, unashamed, unbound. Through seasons of drought and flood, they stood a testament to love's resilience. Two trees entwined, roots digging deep, branches reaching for the sky, unbroken, unwavering. Their love was a language spoken in whispers, tears, and laughter, a dialect of the heart, transcending words, a communion of souls. In the silence, they found a home, a sanctuary, a haven from the world's din, a place to lay their weary hearts, to heal, to love, to be. And when the world outside grew loud and doubts crept in, like thieves in the night, they held fast the fortress of love. Impenetrable, unshakable, a love that would not die. For they knew that their love was a gift, a treasure, a pearl of great price, worth fighting for, worth living for, a love that would anchor them forevermore. Hello, how are you doing? Slasher, how are you doing? I can go back to thermal. Play fair. Some fair play. Let's see. I think the person already left. Anyways, much love to all the beautiful people that has been coming into the live stream, coming in, chatting, and leaving, and all that good stuff. I don't think anybody could really stick around in one of my live streams too long because I'll be reading some stuff that'll make people think and whatnot. I don't think people want to think that much, right? A lot of times, thinking kind of, yeah, thinking can get you in some tight situations, maybe not though, right? As long as you think responsibly, I guess. No, something like that. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I hope everybody's enjoyed the stories and poems and stuff. It's definitely an awesome night, and I did not realize that I've been streaming this long, so probably gonna go ahead and end the live stream. Unless anybody wants to hear some more poems, we could probably do a couple more poems, maybe. Anybody? Anybody out there want to hear more poems? Just say something in the live chat. Is anybody out there? No? Give it a second. All right, there we go. I'll be right back. But yeah, definitely much love to all the peoples that's been supporting my page here on YouTube. Much love, all you beautiful peoples. And I think I'm gonna probably might go to sleep. I don't know. Anyways, much love, beautiful peoples. MIK3Y FU signing out. Over and out.